Three parts to Silver. One is Business Studio Silver Edition. Second is Silver Center. And third is the Silver Administrator. Business Studio Silver Edition is the design time environment for Silver. Is where developers and architects can go and define, design, configure, and develop their composite applications, as well as drill down into each and every component and actually start writing code, where you have a choice of various different programming languages to write your actual code. Among the various features, functionalities that Business Studio offers is it's a full-blown composite application development environment. Offers you a canvas where you can actually compose your distributed application. It provides for a way by which you can define your component, define the implementation choice of your component, define the contracts for your component. So if you look at a component, there are three main aspects to it. One is the actual implementation of it. Second is the service, which defines the well-defined contract or the WSDL that the component exposes for any other services to consume, and the reference, which is an external reference to any of the other services. With the Business Studio Silver Edition, once you build out your composite application, you can initially do your local debugging. So there's functionality where you could do local debugging, test your application out, create your distributed application archive before you actually take it to deployment. So first, let's take a look at Business Studio Silver Edition. Business Studio is based on the Eclipse Foundation, and it really is the tool the architects and developers will be spending most of their time with. The Studio enables a developer and an architect to describe, design, configure, and develop both an enterprise application as well as individual services. So let's start off by looking at the TIBCO application. So here is a composite application that represents TIBCO. So I can see the entire application as well as the different components that comprise the application in a single screen, and I can also drill down into each of these individual components all the way down to its implementation. So each component has a strong sense of business contract or service contract, and this helps us stitch all these different components together, although they might be developed using different programming languages. So the three aspects to composition. The first is the component itself. So this is where you go and build your business logic using different programming languages. And the second aspect is linking these components together. This link represents a business contract between these components. The final aspect is the external communication. Obviously, you want to connect your business logic to your outside world. In some cases, the architect may decide how the specific communication is going to be handled. For example, this communication could be over SOAP over HTTP, and in a different case, this communication could be over JMS, REST, and so on. So these are defined as a part of the design application, or as is the case most often, you want to leave it till the time you're actually deploying your application. Once you have done creating and designing and developing your application, you can actually do a local debugging. You can deploy the entire application locally, test it out locally before you're ready to deploy it onto the cloud.